Hey everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel, Lo Without Limits. In this video, I'm going to do a what I eat in a day / day in the life. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. Today's Wednesday. It is the Wednesday before the Wednesday that I'm posting this video, so a week before, because I upload a video every Wednesday. So the video that went up today was my best shoulder exercises that you can do at home and at the gym. And this morning I got up around 7. I washed up, got my contacts in, brushed my teeth, did my little morning skincare routine, which isn't much. I just wash my face with CeraVe and then I use the niacinamide from The Ordinary, which I'm obsessed with. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And then I do the watermelon hemp oil from Cocoa Kind, just because while I do have super oily skin, I feel like adding that oil helps my skin like want to produce less oils, because that's why if you do have oily skin, it's because your body is trying to overcompensate, especially if you're always stripping it and always cleansing it. So by adding an oil, it's actually like training my skin, like you don't need to produce oil as much. And then I attempt a gua sha. I feel like I've watched so many videos on how to do it and I just forget every single time, but I do that just to have some lymphatic drainage, some good flow going, kind of tone down any poofiness that I may get. And then I do my Cocoa Kind sunscreen, because you should wear sunscreen every day, even on cloudy days. Be sure to get your ears, especially if you're like me and do ponytails and buns a lot. Dealt with the plants. It was a lot of just misting the plants today according to our planta. And then I made sure that the video that I posted last week was ready to go, shared it on my Instagram, and then made my coffee and read a little bit. So I've been reading The Intelligent Investor, which the first few chapters I was like, oh yes, like I get it, I understand investing, and I'm super excited to have stable income so I can invest. And as I'm getting further into the chapters, I was just reading chapter 18 today, it's getting super nitty gritty and like I don't know finance stuff. 20 chapters, so I'm like, I'll finish it even if I have really no idea what's going on. And it's just like some stuff that I just like really don't need to know when it comes to investing. Like I get the important stuff and I'm not like a financial analyst, but I have learned a lot, so that's been good. And this last version of it was written in the early 70s by Benjamin Graham, and there's like commentary by this other guy who wrote it in the early 2000s, so before the 2008 financial crisis. So none of that's in there. It's not like super current in terms of like where stocks are and like how to look at things now, but it does occur after that big like .com boom and all that stuff that happened. So there are parts that are more relevant, and his writing is like, okay, here's what you need to know, here's what he means. So those commentaries after each chapter are super beneficial. Now it is 9:30 a.m. and I'm actually going to do a Wellness Wednesdays at Space Bar. It's in Pasadena, so my appointment's at 11. I'm doing the fire and ice therapy, which is going to be sauna and ice bath, like alternating back and forth. So I'm super excited. I wanted to do an ice bath for kind of like a while now, and I just love doing the sauna every time I get a massage or whatever. So I'm really excited to try this like contrast therapy. They have a bunch of other stuff that they do on their Wellness Wednesdays. Because it is in Pasadena, I'm gonna leave a little bit early because it's just a little far, but I figured why not go and give it a shot since they invited me, and I'm super excited. And then after that, since I'm already going to be driving, I'm going to make another pit stop at the herb store Wild Terra. Anyway, it is almost 9:40, so I need to leave in like the next 20 minutes. So I'm just going to change really quickly. I'm also going to pack up an order. Somebody ordered a set of these Storm Gray glass straws last night, so I'm going to put that in their box so I can set it out so it can head out in the mail today. Thank you, Ariel. Shout out to Ariel. She's probably not gonna watch this. I don't know who it is. Lauren from later in the day popping in here. I just wanted to say that since this video is going to be going up on November 17th, that is the week before Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So if you yourself want to get a set of glass straws or bamboo straws, definitely keep your eyes open on Rain's Instagram, Rain Every Day, for some sales and specials. We make great stocking stuffers, or if you have like coworkers or your hairstylist or somebody that you want to give a little gift to but you don't really know what to get, they're also something that like a person might not think to get for themselves, but when they get them, they realize like, oh yes, this is very beneficial and I will use them all the time. It is a really good gift to give to somebody if you're just like, okay, I need to get a ton, There's gonna be a nice sale going on. Just some thoughts if you're trying to think of little gifts to give to people. Kind of biased, but I think they're a great little gift. And then I think I'm gonna eat something just because while I usually don't eat early, I kind of get hungry around 11:30, which does work when I go to the gym in the morning and I'm back by 11:30 and I have my protein shake, which is super filling and is kind of like my brunch breakfast. But because I won't be here at 11:30 because this thing goes from 11 to 12, that kind of cuts into by the time I get hungry time. So I'm gonna try to eat a little something. If you watch my Instagram stories, you'll know that I've started to do a daily harvest again over the last couple of months. I used to do it all the time, especially like for work. It was super easy to take to work. But then when Austin and I started doing low carb, I just kind of paused it and would skip weeks because I felt like a lot of their options weren't super low carb or didn't have a lot of fiber to negate the amount of carbs in it. And then we did Factor for a while, although like we got bored of that, so we haven't done that in a long time. But I recently started doing daily harvest again, like every 2 or 3 weeks, just because they'll last me a while and they have like a lot more lower carb options now. Just because now when I do have a lot of carbs, I just kind of feel like groggy. Like I really enjoy personally being lower carb, not necessarily like full keto all the time, but just like eating lower carb. I'm gonna have one of the green smoothies now and just take it with me to go. I'm gonna do the cucumber and greens, and I wish I had coconut water, but I'm just putting regular water in it. And it has apple, cucumber, celery, avocado, spinach, turmeric, also kale, lemon juice, ginger, and it is 100 calories, 3.5 from fat, 19 from carbs, but 5 are fiber, so it's 14 net carbs, which is kind of a lot for a little smoothie, but it's not like it's added sugar really. And then 2 grams of protein. I'm also going to add in a little bit of spirulina and a little bit of chlorella and a little bit of this lion's mane powder. This is the lion's mane that I add to like all my other smoothies too, with my protein powder, ashwagandha, and maca. And since I'm gonna have food, I'm just gonna take my vitamins, making sure I got my podcast lined up for the road. Gonna finish up this To Be Magnetic expanded episode, and then I'm gonna do an almost 30. Going with Ocean Blue. All right, off we go.
You'll be able to kind of progress in how easy this is because what we're training here, although you're gonna have some benefits from the recovery side, what we're really training is the stress inoculation and your ability to soothe yourself. Once you get in here, kind of recognize how your body is responding, where your breath might be going, also kind of what you're telling yourself. Focus on breathing, let it out, and just know that this is uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. So just know that this is temporary. Just focus on the breath. Go ahead and exhale out, push it out. It'll all be gone soon. Just slow the breath down, in and out, off. So you can kind of sit in. It's going to be another little shock to the system, just like when you first got in. Just find the breath again. Slow it down, in and out. Maybe try to close your eyes and just get comfortable with what's happening in your body. You're at the 2-minute mark. How are you feeling? Cold. All right. Give me 3 controlled breaths. 1.
I feel like before I put my arms in, I kind of started to get used to it, and then putting my arms in, it was just a whole other freezing shock.
Yeah. No, it's challenging. So that's really our emphasis on this is the stress resilience, because dealing with anxieties in the real world, the anxieties themselves aren't real. It's just that we don't know how to deal with the feelings associated with them. So like this is like an acute opportunity to do that in a safe place, which doesn't really get any more intense than this. So like if you can train here how to calm yourself down, like it's very impactful.
I just did the cold dip. Whew, it was cold, and then I feel like my chest really started getting it. A week ago, I did acupuncture for the first time, and he said that I don't breathe super deep, and it's something I need to work on. So I did acupuncture on my back just to help with that muscle, and then I'm actually gonna go the day after I'm posting this. I'm gonna do my front to help open me up there and help me breathe deeper. So that was definitely a challenge of trying to breathe deep in that cold setting. But now I'm in the sauna, so I'm just doing 30 minutes in here, and then I'm gonna do a final quick dip. That first one was about 2.5 minutes long. So yeah, probably like another minute and a half in the ice bath after my sauna, but this one feels good. So I did the second ice plunge for a little over a minute, and that was great. It actually wasn't as bad as I anticipated it being, going from like the hot sauna into the ice again. Did have to like try to get my shoulders in. I think I was just like too tense and holding back, but I also think it was easier to breathe deep because all my muscles were so loosened up from the sauna that it was easier to get deep breaths. I definitely feel like warming up helped me open up those muscles so I could breathe deeper. But now it's a little after 12. I had the idea of maybe getting a cappuccino, but the only thing next to it is an Earth Cafe, and I don't feel like spending $12 on a cappuccino, so I think I'll just survive and not do that. But I am going to stop by Wild Terra. I just need to get a few things. I just got back to mine. It's like 1:15, and before I left the herbs store, I did take my medicine, so I can't eat for like another 5 to 10 minutes, but I am starving. So I might have a Daily Harvest bowl. I'll see if Austin wants anything, or maybe I'll have this like ham and egg sandwich thing with these little cauliflower thins. But yeah, I'm going to also, it's the oat straw. I got the marshmallow leaf and the Chinese sencha. The Chinese sencha, I'm actually going to make a blend with the mint and lemongrass that I have growing, and I'm going to dehydrate those, and then I'm going to make a tea blend, and I'm going to try to do a cold brew with that. That will be done probably by like 9, by the time they're done being dehydrated, like 9 or 10. I ended up having the ham and little cauliflower thin sandwich, so I just warmed up the cauliflower thins on the cast iron, and then warmed up the ham a little bit and put that on there with a little bit of Swiss cheese. Let that toast up a bit more on the cast iron while I made an egg, and then I put the egg on top with some mayo on one side. Since I wanted another coffee, ideally a cappuccino, but didn't get that, I ended up just having a glass of the cold brew that Austin made last night. So that was good. It was a little strong, but once the ice melted and there was a bit more water to it, then that was really, really good. And then I showered, going to study. I'm on chapter 14 now. I'm like 60% of the way done. Hopefully within the next month I can finish studying, and then can just review for like 4-6 weeks or something like that, in early to mid-January take the exam. So that's exciting. I also need to send in a work application, and before I hopped in the shower I also trimmed up some of the mint, which is growing like crazy, it's so insane, and then some of the lemongrass, and I put that in the dehydrator part of my Instant Pot with that lid that I got, that I shared in my last weekend in my life. So that's in there, and it's at the lowest heat setting for the dehydrator, so 105 degrees. In a little bit I'm gonna walk over to Trader Joe's, just because tomorrow, Thursday, the Imperfect Foods comes, but for the time being we don't have any food to have dinner, and we don't really want to order out, just because then it kind of ends up costing more than just picking up something from Trader Joe's for like 10 bucks. I do want to get this application done, and then I can do that. Something fun that I'm gonna do, I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow, but gonna make some decisions tonight, because I need to get business cards for Rain, and I was looking at Vistaprint, but they're like eco-friendly paper, because obviously I want the eco-friendly like recycled paper, was apparently like really bad quality based on the reviews. Thinking about ordering them from Moo, and I want to order them soon. Moo lets you see the type of cards before you order. You can get a feel for the paper, the finishes, the original business card. Value, but mind your fingers. And then this is the cotton business card. This one's made from 100% cotton from recycled t-shirt offcuts. That's cool. And this is uncoated, so that's fine with me, because it is just a business card. Like, I don't need the shiny one. Square business cards, super, this one's like really thick. I just feel like that'd be expensive, and again, unnecessary. And also I like the idea of the square business card, but I just don't know if other people would like that, because then it's just kind of annoying to have in your wallet. Let's see, Luxe business card. Oh, that is thick. 32 point thickness. I don't know if you can tell in comparison to like this one. Ooh, gold foil. That's cute. Raised spot. So it's raised, and then silver foil. So far I'm leaning towards the cotton just because of the eco-friendliness of it. And what is this? A mini card. I feel like that would get lost in a purse. See, the Moo and the standard are the same cost. This bit, and then it would say rain. Back at least this part with like the inspiring you to live everyday eco-friendly. This is essentially probably what the back of the business card would be. And then I like round. Does that make it more expensive? So that's something I'll probably do tomorrow. I already know the design. I just don't know if I'll have time to do it tonight because I do want to get through some more studying. I'm happy I got to see it, and it looks high quality, and as you can see, like even all the color printed on it and all the text printed on it looks really high quality. So that's good to know, since the Vista print, that was kind of like the reviews on that. We got the goods. Once it's defrosted, it only takes like not even 10 minutes to cook. I'll probably start in an hour. It's 5:45. We can eat around 7, so I'll like cook it up 6:45 and it'll be done by 7. Until then, I'll study just a wee bit more. For dinner, since I got the ahi tuna steaks from the frozen section of Trader Joe's, I let them sit out as soon as I got them, which was about an hour. And then for about 15 minutes while I was kind of getting everything else prepped, I let them soak in like a tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce, plus a little bit of coconut aminos, a little bit of ginger, just like some random kind of stuff that's like an Asian-y flavor, and some sesame seeds. And I let them soak in that. I could have, had I gotten them earlier, like let them sit in that in the refrigerator for longer. That way it just really absorbs it and marinates in it, but I didn't. And then they still had a good flavor. For the base of it, I did the cruciferous crunch from Trader Joe's. So it has like cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts. It's really good. I cut up some avocado, so we each had half an avocado, which was super bright, a really good avocado. Some cucumber, the rest of the cucumber that I had grown from the roof, and some carrots. We didn't have stringy carrots, so I just took baby carrots and cut them up. And then I made the tuna on the cast iron skillet. So I did about 5 minutes each side, since the middle was still a little frozen, and cut it up and put it on the salad and drizzled some Brightland olive oil over that. After dinner, Austin and I stopped by Whole Foods because he had to return some stuff to Amazon, and now they take it back at Whole Foods, which is super convenient. So while we were there, we found these Love Fat bars that we figured we would each get one and just give it a shot. And it wasn't amazing. I got the cookie dough flavor, so it was like cookie dough covered with chocolate, but it was keto. It was okay. One of the ingredients was like a chocolate liqueur, and you can definitely taste like an alcohol-y aftertaste almost, because I kept looking at the back thinking like, oh, does it have like erythritol or something in it? Because since that's a sugar alcohol, I feel like sometimes that gives you like an alcohol-y taste in the back of your throat, and it didn't have that, but it said the chocolate liqueur. So I think that's what it was. Probably won't buy it again. I mean, I'm happy I tried it because it looked really good and didn't hurt to try, and it was fine. Like I didn't like absolutely hate it. It wasn't a complete waste of money, but probably won't buy it again. So that was what I had after dinner while I finished studying. Wanted to just finish this lesson that I was on. Gonna do a bit more of that today, and then we watched the second episode of Yellowstone afterwards. Happy Yellowstone's back. That's what I did and ate yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you like to eat in a day and what you want to see more of on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.